What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel. And today I got a comment from Cully right here. I'm going to put it on screen. They said, so Roger, what's your current favorite Blink build? I thought on it for a bit before I gave them an answer and I said, well, I'm not sure, but there have been a lot of weapons that I've been enjoying lately. I love the Without Remorse shotgun. That's definitely my favorite shotgun right now, and what I'm usually using is this. In terms of lightweights, it really just makes me very happy, and I'll go over it deeper in a second. But I also wanted to talk about my favorite primaries. Now, something you've seen me loving a lot in the past few months was the Outbreak Perfected. I also mentioned by name the Austringer Crafted and the Peace of Mind, all guns that I've been absolutely enjoying so much, but I decided that my favorite was probably the Outbreak Perfected, to be honest. With that, I also said the Eager Edge Half-Truth Sword is something I very much enjoy, and this right here is kind of my prime Blink build of the moment. I didn't mention any kind of Void 3.0 or anything in that comment response, but I want to go over that too before we get into the gameplay. So let me break this build down for you guys and why it's my favorite at the current moment. So first we have the Outbreak Perfected, which is a lightweight framed pulse rifle. These got a good old buff at the beginning of the season and it's made them absolutely amazing. This thing has felt incredible. It has great range, good stability. It says 40, but I think this thing has some built-in stability things, anti-flinch or something, because it always feels like I'm barely flinching on this thing. I love this ornament. It gives it a really nice scope that you guys are going to see when we do get in game, and I even have this ornament too, but I honestly prefer the Trials one, which I know a lot of people do not, but I do. It gets those nanites when you get those kills that can honestly shred the enemies pretty good, and once they have the nanites in them, you do extra damage to them. The Outlaw proc every time you get a precision kill makes this thing amazing, and it's just all around a gun that I absolutely adore. I got like 2 or 3 we ran out of medals with this thing. I uploaded this video, so if you want to go check those out, I definitely recommend doing it, because I just couldn't stop getting Weirans with this thing when I would take it into control, because I was just slaying out. And I slay out again with it today because it's just such a great gun. But there is a prime gun that I love to pair with this. The Without Remorse shotgun. This is a lightweight frame shotgun and it's actually craftable. For my role, I love to get small bore, accurized rounds, enhanced hipfire grip, and enhanced fragile focus. Now with this roll, you get really good hipfire shots, especially if you got a hip freehand grip mod in there. You get a lot of good range and stability. Especially from this fragile focus, you get 20 range when you just haven't taken damage for a few seconds. It's very amazing, and that extra 20 range really makes this thing a monster for a lightweight frame shotgun. These things got a nerf when it came to this season, and that made their range very, very bad. But something like this on a lightweight where it has so much range really puts it back into the meta for me and makes lightweights so much more usable. Finishing off for our weapons, I love the Half-Truth Sword. With Eager Edge, of course, you can just launch yourself across the map with this thing, and I had a few plays with it in the gameplay that you're going to see. Sometimes it messes up, especially if you get caught in a hunter smoke, which I ranted about a little bit, but overall it's very, very fun. I had an amazing play with this in yesterday's video. I definitely recommend going and watching that, where I got a 5-piece just slicing this thing around in Rift, because it's just so much fun to use this, and pairing with your Blink, you can cover so much of the map and get straight onto your enemies so easily, and it's an amazing fun time, and I would definitely recommend trying it out if you have not done so. For my mods, I run some pretty usual stuff. Pulse rifle targeting only costs 1 right now with the seasonal mods, so that makes it very easy to run a pulse rifle, and then also put your taking charge onto your helmet, which is what I usually do. When it comes down here, I don't have quick draw on a shotgun like this. You can't get quick draw. So I like to use a shotgun dexterity, which again only costs 1 because of the seasonal artifact, and then quick charge, which is going to give us Ever Ready as our secondary perk on there, which gives 20 handling straight to our shotgun. So you can pull that thing out quick as heck, even without that quick draw. Some unflinching's on there because flinch is crazy, but like I said, I barely even feel flinch that much when I'm on the Outbreak, and the double unflinching really makes that just that much stronger. A lot of stats on my boots, and then I love to use a shotgun holster just so we can get that shotgun reloaded when we don't have it out, because a lot of times that can become a very useful thing to have, and again, it only costs 1 energy, so you might as well slap it on. And then I've been loving Utility Kickstart. Whenever we expend all of the energy of our Rift, which is our class ability, it's going to immediately start giving us a bunch of energy back, and so you basically always have your Rift, so you always have your Clarence, which is a huge part of my playstyle as a Blink Warlock. With our Void 3.0, you guys know I am a huge proponent of Nova Warp. I always love running Nova Warp with Blink. It is an absolute monster, and although it's gonna mess up sometimes, on open maps it can maybe be a little more difficult to use it, and especially with the overabundance of sniper players and far back pulse rifle players that we've been seeing recently, it does put a bit of a damper on the Nova Warp playstyle lately. But even with all of that happening, if your movement is good enough, there are plenty of times, especially on closer range maps where you can maneuver yourself well, that you can get very good plays with this. Love a Healing Rift. I think an Empowering Rift can be very fun, but Healing Rift is just the ultimate choice, or if you want to be competitive. Blink, of course. Pocket Singularity, which you can figure out how to use it very well, and I do talk about it at several points throughout the gameplays, so pay attention when I use it and when I talk about this, because there are very certain things you can do with this to maximize its potential and really use it correctly. And then a scatter nade, I think this is the best option for all the nades. I've been using Axions a shit ton lately. I think Axions are great for making your enemies have to reposition, and you can take them out while they reposition, or chase them down, take them out close range, whatever it may be. Axions can still be amazing. The only downside is that long base cooldown that they have. After that, vortexes are great, especially for cutting off areas, and with the certain mods that can make them last longer, like this one right here, it's a great choice to use your vortexes, right? But I think that scatter nades are the best choice. The one-hit KO potential that they have is absolutely amazing, and you can even just tear an entire team up if they're standing on top of each other, which I do quite frequently in trials. You put a Echo of Expulsion on top of that, that's going to make them blow up again if they die from the nade, and you can just get some crazy streaks with these nades, some good multi-kills, and even just in a 1v1 situation, maybe you're lacking a shotgun in your build, this can basically be a stand-in shotgun for you. And when you get really good with them, you learn the arc that they travel and how to throw them long distance, and you'll see I get some pretty good long distance scatter nades in this video and really show how to arc those, and that they can be great from a range as well once you get some practice in on them. For my aspects, you guys know I love Feed the Void and Child of the Old Gods. These both provide you with 2 fragment slots, and that is just the perfect thing because having 4 fragments is huge. Now, Feed the Void, of course, giving a Star Devour, I never like to play without Devour. I think it's too good not to have. The fact that you can proc it pretty easily with this kit, and then immediately, every time you get a kill, heal back to full, is really what's going to enable you to win those tight trials rounds if maybe you're 1v2ing, 1v3ing, and in control can really set you off on those really long streaks of 2, 3, 4, or more. Finally, we have Child of the Old Gods, or as we know him around here, Clarence. And my little boy Clarence right here, he's absolutely amazing. The lockdown potential from Child of the Old Gods is just through the roof. You're weakening your enemies, you're slowing them a little bit, and when you can get on top of them and take them out while they're stuck in a clearance, or even shoot them from a range while they're stuck in a clearance, it's just a perfect combo, and it's something I absolutely enjoy. And when Clarence picks himself up a kill from just sucking those toes a little too hard, it's so satisfying. For my fragments, I always love having on Echo of Dilation and Echo of Persistence. That's going to set our Devour from 10 seconds to 15 seconds. 15 seconds of Devour is insane. Not to mention we get extra duration on Invisibility and Overshield from our teammates when they slap that onto us, which you can't go wrong with. You lose 10 recovery, but you make that up pretty easily, and it's not that big of a deal. Echo of Dilation I've talked on and about because that in-tune, fine-tune radar is something that you really love, and any top-tier player is going to need that to really take most advantage out of the game and start playing to the best of your ability, in my opinion at least. And of course, getting 10 mobile and 10 intellect from that as well is a no-brainer. We love those raw stats, even if they are intellect is a little useless, but the immobility with the Blink Warlock, we love to have that. After that, Echo of Remnants, like I showed you earlier, just going to make the duration longer on things like your Vortex and Axions. But another thing that I love to use, specifically when I'm using scatter nades, is right down here. Now that's going to give you weakened nades. You do lose 20 discipline, so this cooldown on your nades is going to be a little worse, but at the same time, when you can weaken somebody with any of your nades, it can really give you so much of an opening to go in, especially with shotguns that might be lightweight frame and have less damage, and take them out because they're weakened, so you won't need to hit as many pellets to actually kill them at the end of the day. Not to mention your nade already hit them, so they're already a little weakened in terms of their overall health pool that they have remaining. And like I said, Echo of Expulsion is one that I like to run quite often too, just because those extra little booms can oftentimes pick you up that extra kill, and when it happens, you're not expecting it, but it just really rounds the build out perfectly in my opinion. So, to answer Cully's question that we showed earlier, if I had to say, this is probably my favorite Blink build at the moment, and I would definitely recommend that you guys try it out, or something similar. I love the lightweight frame weapons, I love the sword, combine some amazing mods with that, and then everything I showed you in Void 3.0, especially coming with the Nova Warp, and the fragments and aspects, it just all comes together and culminates into a beautiful playstyle that's exactly how I like to play and exactly how I flourish. But of course, at the end of the day, always play how you are succeeding. Even when it comes to something like Astrocyte, which I 100% of the time recommend you use, some people flourish when they don't have their Astrocyte on because they just are too used to transversive steps or Ophidian aspects. Whatever at the end of the day is going to help you succeed in your Blink playstyle, please use it. I'm a good player, you guys know that, but you're good players too. Don't doubt yourselves, and if you're playing well with something, listen to your gut and use that thing. Before we get into the gameplay, just a couple things. The clan is popping off right now. Look at this, 26 people. Who's online? Cutie's online, Nova Slavs, and Solo. Grinding out, we're almost level 5. If you want to join, it's set to open. Come on in, we'd love to have you. Even if you're not strictly a Blink Warlock, it's not a big deal. Come on in, make some buddies, maybe queue up. I know Cutie's always looking for people to play with, and he loves asking the clan. So if you want a buddy, go ahead, queue up with them. It'd be a great time. And last but not least, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so if you want to join at any point in the video, I'd very much appreciate it. But if you just want to sit there and enjoy the video as well, that's completely fine with me. I'm happy either way. So, with all of that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and hop into this gameplay. Okay, we got the Rusted Lands here for our first match because, of course, not the worst map in the game, but not one that I love. But that's okay, let's focus less on the map and more on the loadout because I haven't used this in a while. I've not used the Outbreak Perfected for a hot minute until I really read that comment and started thinking about my favorite Blink loadouts at the moment, and it's definitely a gun that comes to mind because I've had some amazing games with this over time. Ooh, teammate's gonna make us invisible. We can push ahead. I can't see because the map is so bright. Can I throw an Axiom Bolt here? Maybe push this guy? Oh, we can blink over this guy. Ah! Teammate, you better pick that up. Okay, good. I want to get inside here before I get shot. Where are they? Over here this way? Love the Without Remorse as well. I mean, just a beautiful shotgun. And finally getting a craftable shotgun. A lightweight one is amazing, of course. Get the Outlaw proc there after we get those nanites going out. Don't want to get too close to these guys. Outlaw procs again, and we're going to take them all out. Heavy spawning, so I'll probably blink around this way. Slap a little rift down so we can grab Clarence. And just kind of watch that. There's only one left. I don't know if he's even going to go for the heavy. So maybe we just grab the heavy and see if we can slice his bussy open, depending on where he is. Down here, it looks like. And there we go. We'll get him real quick. Fly behind him, then slice right back. He didn't even know where he was. Pretty good first round there. Had some nice shotgun plays. Used the kit a little bit. And got some Outbreak Perfected smacks. I just love the built-in outlaw to this thing. And you get those nanites going. It can be great in 6s especially. But I like when something is effective in 6s and 3s. I think this guy might peek up to the left. Just gonna wait 2 seconds, then back off. Kind of stuck on this right here. We can probably blink up with the teammate if he's going in so hard. But now we're going to get caught. Great nade from the teammate. Really appreciate that. But unfortunately, not the place I exactly want to be. Wow. Teammate. Okay, never mind. He's not even going to pick it up. I was going to say this should be an easy pickup for him, but I did get the melee out there a second before I died, so we don't even need to worry about that. I want to get up top here. Maybe we can get an angle on these guys. They don't like to push forward very much. They really like sitting back in the places that they have captured. And that can make it a little difficult to fight them. They're probably going to cut us off here before we can really secure this. But nope, teammate's going to be able to grab it. Hit him in the head a little bit. So he's pretty banged up. Hey, yikes. Just trying to get out of here before they collapse on us. Teammate did take one out with a rocket launcher. Let's play from the top here. We can watch the bottom. Let's see this guy running up. Clarence is going in on him. And we just let Clarence do his thing. Before we take him out, we reload with Outlaw. We peek to our right. No, we peek to the bottom again because he is on the way. They're both down there, actually. I think I might be able to blink above this guy. And unfortunately, they are both getting me from the angles here. Teammates seem to have just both died. I knew they were both dead, so I knew I was alone. But they both did good in going around instead of actually challenging me from the heavy corner. They're using a lot of invisibility, which is one of my least favorite parts about the meta right now. Of course, invisibility is always annoying. And it was even worse when it was Void 3.0 just came out. Sure, let's pretend you hit that. But Omnioculus, I guess, is the most annoying part of it right now. Nice pickups. Omnioculus, especially with... I'm gonna hold down fire here for a second before reload. Just so we saw him cross, so he might have crossed again if we gave it a little bit of time. I'm gonna push him back, make him volatile, and then we'll get out. Get into some cover here and see if we can help this teammate out. He's in a fine spot. If we peek together... I don't know if he wants to peek together, actually. Let's back up really quick. Yep, because we see this guy's aiming at us with the linear fusion, so maybe we can take a challenge on him. Okay. Sniper players. Always fun, always interactive. Take him out with a nice shot, but he had a good trip mindset up there. Unfortunately, well, interestingly, if he jumped up there and I didn't shoot him anyways, he would have just got smacked by his own trip mine. Take this guy real quick, turning around because I saw the last one behind us on the radar. I'm gonna chuck a scatter in there just to show that scatter nade off to you guys. I didn't feel like shooting him after I threw it because I want to show you the one-shot ability that it has. I'm sure he was missing a little health since he was engaged in that gunfight with my teammate, but that is a great way to show off why I love scatter nades so much. Just the blow up they have is absolutely amazing, especially if you put on the weaken effect with them as well. I don't actually have that on right now. Didn't need to take 2 blinks to get up into there. See the sniper looking at us, don't really want to deal with that. I'm going to drop down, probably put a rip down, grab Clarence, and then see if we can get a bit of a closer angle. The thing with this, that guy out really quick. He was being a hunter for a bit, but we were able to get onto him and take him out. Gonna have to fall back probably a little bit. Luckily we do have lightweight frame pulse rifle, so that's not going to be too hard with the extra little speed bonus we do get. Looking towards heavy. What are these effects? Do you see those effects? That was weird. I'm kind of just waiting. We do have Nova Warp. Again, we can get a good scatter here. See, that blow-up potential is insanely good. We're going to back up with this. Teammate's going to help me take him out. Making people volatile is always great, and then just being able to push them away like that is the best part of it. I'm going to get an angle on this, and they're actually going to get really good team shots on me, but my teammate did take him out, so I appreciate that. Although, I think that was the first time we died, and that's the annoying thing about survival, right? Teammates are going to waste your life sometimes, and then even if you play basically flawlessly, you get a little bit punished for it. He goes into his super here. He's only going to pick up 1. Enemy team does still have a tether for that last guy, but we do have 1 as well. I suppose his is like Shadow Shot, or whatever the hell it's called. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, make sure you're actually playing with your teammates, especially if you're in a 2v1 situation. Good shots from him, taking him out at close range with that shotgun there. What is that, a 7th Seraph shotgun, I think? If you're going to be in a 2v1 like that, just play with your mates. Watch them on the radar, see where they are, see where that last one is, especially since I'd blame both of them equally for not getting up with each other. Let's insta-pop. Blink into the sky. Okay. And we baited that out of him, and he's going to get smacked down, so super for super, life for life. I don't give a shit. This map kind of sucks donkey nuts for Nova Warp sometimes. If I could have got close to them, would have been fine. I could have popped it while I was in battle with one of them at any point, but I wanted to pop it outside of battle. You can do either. Trip mines, lovely, we love to see them. Yeah, that's why I hate hunters. There's many reasons, but the fact that they just get to throw 1,000 fucking things with no interference. Just chuck this, chuck that, chuck this, chuck that. Clarence did not quite want to move out there, it seems. They might peek this again. Clarence did go out there, but he didn't quite get what I want. Look, there's 2 explosive knives in here. Like, can we just not for a minute? And a trip mine? Bruh. Bounji. Stop it. Good job, teammates. That's good shit. Oh my god. Stop throwing things. And then teammate took him out right when I was slashing, so that was unfortunate timing on that. Where is this guy? Here he is. We're going to blink back to the ground, push him with a melee, and then take him out with a shotgun shot. Unfortunately, he ran at us as we shot, so his momentum was coming towards us. Somebody was just asking me about that earlier. Our teammate rage quit too, so that's fucking hilarious. Great job. Somebody was asking me about that earlier. How can I dictate where the enemy's going to go with my pocket singularity? The short answer is kind of you can't. A lot of the time, I'm going to get a pre-nade here, and that was a great sniper shot from him. I should not have re-peeked it. Somebody just added me, I don't know. Reggie kid in the other team or something, I don't really give a shit, but he's just going to camp that window. Throwing more shit at me because Playing the game was never in the option. Throwing a bunch of stupid shit was always in the curriculum for these guys. Might be able to bait him outside here. We have time to reload. Let's do it. We're getting cornered is the thing. We can reload with Outlaw really quick, or we can blink away and get into this corner here. Now that we're in here, we have the better angle on him. If he wants to fight, I'll do it. And the thing is, I think we can turn on this. Do I have time to actually do this? Yeah, I do have time to get that rift down. Cool. Let's get out of here. If he wants to keep sucking my ass cheeks like some kind of freak, go for it. Like, I'm gone. There's another guy in front of us. That's the only thing that I'm scared of. Throwing more shit at me, and then the other one comes up behind me. Clarence did good. He actually broke his shields, and he's weakening that last one. If I could have got a scatter nade off, it would have been fine. I also just need teammates. Our teammate did come back, so that's awesome. I can actually get the scatter nade over the edge here. Okay, so he didn't go where I thought he would. Take him out with some good shots. And we can aggressively blink on this last one over here, blink to the ground a little faster. And we'll be able to smack him really quick. Reload our shotgun. And let's just keep throwing shit. Cool. God, Jesus Christ. I throw one nade, like, per minute. These kids, it's just explosive knife, trip mine, explosive knife, trip mine, over and over. And it's... Brother, you know you're invisible. And he's capping. Like, he doesn't see you on the radar. You're invisible. You could have, gone. And now he does see you, and you're still not even... Oh, Lord. I appreciate that the other guy is, like, actually trying to fight him. I respect him taking the 1v1 instead of just sitting on the point and capping, because I hate people just want to cap, especially in 1v1. It's like, yeah, just take the fight, right? What's the point of not taking the fight? So I respect the other guy for taking the fight. I just wish my teammates had brain cells. Let's go towards the right. Change our strategy up a little bit since we are throwing rounds away. Probably you would have ended the game if our teammate hadn't rage quit for the little while that he did. Reload really quick, put a rip down really quick, and then peek on this guy here. And Clarence maybe picks that up. Depends. Okay, he didn't actually get deep enough into that pocket to pick it up, but also our teammates could have helped him and helped him pick it up. We're just going to take shots on this guy. He might jump out the window, so we're going to be ready to flick over to our left in case that is the case. Oh, those team shots were crispy, but not quite enough. We see this golden gun popped. I'm trying to blink up to the top here. Drop to the bottom. I'm just trying to get a challenge on this guy. Like that. Needed to get myself into a good position where I could actually challenge him, where I would win. I didn't want to get to a position where he had the advantage in the challenge, so I wanted to position myself perfectly in a lightweight frame pulse rifle range, and that's where I went. I'm gonna blink up top here. Cool. Because smoke bombs should do damage. Thank you, teammates. You could have shot him the entire time, but I appreciate that you did it at all. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Oh, that sword can be really annoying sometimes and just kind of stink. Let's just go for a shotgun play here since he's the last one. And teammate's going to smack him with a grenade launcher anyways, so there's a GG on that one. Hopefully gave it a good explanation of why I love everything in this build. We'll go ahead and grab one more match so I can get some more explanation on the things, maybe get some different scenarios. If we can get maybe a closer range map, we can get a different viewpoint on the build as well. So let's go ahead and look for one more survival game, huh? We got the Dead Cliffs here for our second match. Let's hope it's better than some other ones I've gotten. I've gotten 2 matches that I was thinking about using, but decided not to. Not because I don't like showing you guys losses, I do sometimes. But they were both max round matches, and they're just like, good plays. You know, a few mistakes from everyone. Everyone makes mistakes in their matches, but just like, didn't want to show it. I'm going to scatter nade this. Really, no one's close enough to that doorway. Clarence? Oh, hey, what's up? Okay. I can't see. I had a teammate behind me, no? He got his shit kicked? Oh, he's way back there. Interesting. Thought he was following me. Thought he was going to help. He very much sat back. That's bad, because I wanted to push in on this. But now I'm fucked, too. We actually have superior movement ability, so we can get ourselves out. No trouble there. Heavy spawning is not a good look for us. That's one sniper shot down. Assuming he only has one this far into the round. There we go. Teammates do good team shots on him. Looks like one's coming around this way. Let me take the full tribal back out. We get ready to take some shots. Put a ref down just to grab Clarence. And we're just looking. Blinking out. That scatter nade did what I wanted there. And we have Clarence tickling some toes there. Let's get in there with the shotgun. Sir, I just need you to sit down for a second. Thank you very much. We're out of special ammo, so I'm kind of running away from this guy. And my teammate's going to help me right there with the little rocket launcher. Fucking... Hold on a second. Who's on the enemy team? Who was it? That was that hunter right there. Was it that guy? I don't know. Felt like he had damage resistance when he was invisible there, because Jesus Christ, but don't think he did. You can just scatter nade right on that wall if you want to. As you can see right there, it'll do some pretty good grindage, and we did a bunch of damage to him. We actually got that shotgun shot off, and teammate with an easy follow-up with his Bastion right there, actually. Interesting weapon choice. We'll pick him up, that's what we want to see. Be that initiator, get in there, get those first kills. That'll give your team a lot of extra confidence, and when they follow you up, you can actually start going off very well together. And that's what you need to do, especially with randoms. Just get them on your side, get them ready to fight. He's 1 HP, we're going to be able to shoot. There we go. When you're shooting around the corner like that, you're not shooting where they are. You're shooting where they're gonna be. I completely whiffed my shot there because I didn't expect him really to just kind of sit there. But then he did just kind of sit there. I know they have a sniper player. They'll probably challenge right here again. Let's see. Push up a little bit. My teammate's peeking. I'd love to peek with him. Am I left? Okay, good. He took him out. A lot of times, I saw the sniper peek from here earlier. If I saw him peek from there once, I like to make the assumption that he likes to peek from that angle. People take their comfort peeks a lot of times, so then if they peek from there in early rounds, that's typically where I go first with my aim. Now this is another spot we saw. Round 1, they were peeking at. I'm not going to be able to scum it with a scatter nade that time, but we can blink ahead and smack him there. He had a smoke grenade on the ground, but I knew he was still in there because I never saw him leave. I never saw him go back across the doorway. I never saw him jump out towards the outside here that we're peeking towards. I think I saw one more back there. Wow, nice shots from him. Clarence is just making that saucy Waka get his shit blown up, and good. Teammates do clean him up. I mean, I'm not even surprised my teammate died just because that was such Solar 3.0 abuse on him. And there's some Lord of Wolf's abuse. And interesting movement. Just like sliding around at max speed. Teammates should be able to easily cover heavy. I'm not too worried about that, and they're tearing it up, so I appreciate that. Okay, I was just gonna chase him into my teammate if he wants to keep running like that. So King, he was the one who I fought in the first round. Does he Okay, so he does have Omnioculus. That's the only reason he lived so much in that first round, because I had smacked him in that first round and then punched him in midair, and I was like, okay, he dies from this punch, and that's why I was so confused that he was still alive. You can get another scatter nade here if they didn't learn their lesson the first time. Then we can grind them again. Whoa! No, no, no. I flicked onto that kid so hard the second time. You're kidding me. What a joke. I want a refund. Oh, they're gonna team peek that. Ugh, I spawned here, my teammates certainly did not. That's unfortunate. Nice Omnioculus, man. teammate out there a little bit, doing some damage. We can blink across. Can't see. Teammates are going to help eventually. Just took them a little while. And smoke grenades. It's the only reason I died there. Get stuck in a fucking smoke grenade. There's also a glitch with smoke grenades and blink if you didn't know, where if you get stuck in them and you try to blink, it will just kind of slam you into the roof. Well, an invisible roof. And then slam you into the ground really fast and you'll probably die. So, be careful when you're in a smoke grenade. Just watching our dilation radar here, we see they're both on the right. Because it'll probably kill you if you try to be too crazy. Should definitely heal before I peek this too much. Send out a scatter nade there. Looks like it hit a bunch on the shield, but not too much on them. Just team shotting that. That's what I was worried about. I don't have too much time to run here. Oh, fucking architecture. I'm not going to be able to cast again after this, so... I don't have to go for an aggressive shotgun play here, but I'm going to. What the fuck? Bro, sit the fuck down with your laggy ass. What the hell? I was going to say something in an earlier round, because I was like, well, that seemed a little laggy or something with his sliding shit, but what the... Bungie! Help a guy out every now and again. There was a good Nova Warp play to end that one off. I like to bait them around the doorways. You saw I was watching my radar there, and as soon as I saw they got close enough on the radar to that doorway, I slid around the corner and just popped my Nova Warp. It's going to have the full damage charge on the initial burst of the Nova Warp. Took two of them out, that procs my Devour, and then I can just chase the last guy down. Would have had him earlier, but that tiny little piece of metal stuck on me when I got into that spawn there, and I couldn't quite fly across. But he served himself up on a silver platter with an easy blink shotgun play. I wanted to use my melee before I used my shotgun blast there you saw in that last kill, so that I could disposition him and get some free damage on him and finish him off with an easy shotgun blast while he was usually floating in the sky, which is what usually happens. But that almost screwed me because hitting him with that melee, I don't even know if it was the melee or if it was him lagging or what it was, but it almost screwed me over, but it did not. Either way, those were some fun matches, and I hope I showed off why I like this build so much. You got the nice little range, but both lightweight frames as well, just gets that nice movement speed bonus all the time, and with all these enhanced perks and whatnot on this Without Remorse, it just makes it a very viable shotgun right now. So, if you guys enjoyed, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see more in the future, and that is all for me today. Have a great day, Guardians.